and the officials. And I guess because the Red Wailers don't necessarily have an alternative kit and Kenya Morans do, it's the Kenya Morans who have opted to change their jersey color to create that clear distinction between both teams for ease and clarity of officiating, as well as your viewing pleasure. As I previously stated, the Morans have changed their jersey color to suit the clarity and distinction for this match going up against the Red Wailers. This is for third place, taking the pitch for the Morans. We've got Odhiambo, Omondi, Maro, Wekesa, Lugonzo, Wangila, Obat, Sikutwa, Mayar, Omolo, Wabwire, and Tendwa. Taking the pitch for the Red Wailers, Mutsami, Kipngetich, Omedo, Aganya, Opal, Emets, Ojwang, Mukua, Pevi, Wandeto, Mugaisi, and Okoth. Ladies and gentlemen, this is for third place. The Kenya Morans take on the Red Wailers. On your screen, Captain Augustine Lugonzo for the Kenya Morans. Long-time Kenya Sevens player. Of course, also an officer with the Kenya Prisons. Fun fact about Augustine Lugonzo, something rather obvious, a very good-natured young man. Omolo with the kickoff. Goes the requisite 10 yards, however, also goes into touch. Not the best start for the Morans. They need to keep their wits about them and start on defense. For the Red Wailers, they definitely must capitalize on that kickoff error. Immense. All the way to Pevi. Pevi trying to break through the line. Doesn't look it, but incredibly strong. Red Wailers on the onslaught. Not looking like they want to relent or give in to anything. Unfortunately called back for holding ball on ground. Now the Kenya Morans are on the onslaught. Let's see them take this. They've got speed on the outside. Do they have it? Kenya Morans going at it. Charles Tendwa not able to go all the way. However, Augustine Lugonzo flinging the ball out wide. Let's see what the Kenya Morans have. Taken down just inside the 22. Mohamed Omolo. Kenya Morans, they've got the space on the outside. Not using it, they opt for contact. Tendwa.
Try time, Kenya.
Goes over the line.
Going over, ladies and gentlemen,
to put the Morans on the score sheet first.
Indeed, Dan, the Morans looking to exit the tournament on a high. They relinquished the title with that 1917 loss to Shujaa. But still, despite that, we'll be looking to close out the event on a high. That was Charles Twenda, as you said, going over for that try.
Mohamed Omolo seeking a sip of water before he goes for the conversion. Let's see if this will be successful for them to bolster their scores. Conversion wide. Scores remain. Kenya Morans first on the score sheet with 5 against the Red Wailers 0. Let's take one more look at Tendwa going blind on that, and not much effort into it. However, was the smarter option to go 1-on-1 as opposed to 5-on-1.
The Charles Tendwa, one of those players who's come through the ranks has been with the Kenya under-20s, has been capped by the Kenya 15s as well. And turning out for one of Kenya's representative sides here in Nairobi. There was an infringement from that restart.
Of course, he was taken in the air, but you have to love how he reacted to it. He knew it was all brotherly love and not intentional.
Definitely with the emphasis on player safety. And as we speak, Hannington Wabwire spotting the gap. He has the pace, he has the presence of mind, but the delivery, is it good? No, it isn't. The referee calling for the handling error there. Augustine Lugonzo had the presence of mind to just pick up that ball and go over the whitewash, but there was a handling error. Certainly, Morans have the Red Wailers on the ropes.
They definitely do, and there it is with that step back in. Wabwire definitely reading the defense well. The defense also reacting very well. The Red Wailers with the put-in, a bit scrappy, immense, and not able to continue play on that one. The referee has called it back. Seems like the Kenya Moran scrum is a bit heavy, a bit too heavy for the Red Wailers at the moment. They need to settle into it. Of course, with the scrum, we do know it's not necessarily about who is heaviest, but about who positions themselves the best. And now the Kenya Morans go for one more try. Mohamed Omolo looking for the space, tried to create it, saw the blind side, may have an opportunity. The referee called it back, motioning the double movement. Augustine Lugonzo not very pleased with that. Kevin Mwambua also motioning the same double movement, discouraging that from happening.
And that is a big kick downfield.
Indeed it is. Sends the Kenya Morans all the way back. Of course, we do know that rugby is a game of inches. Every inch gained or lost counts for a great deal.
Indeed, much as it is a game of inches, those were very many inches lost by the Morans as they are taken back by the Red Wailers. This is Xavier Bett, has been capped for Kenya at under 20 and 15s. Played his club rugby initially with Impala before moving to Kenya Harlequin. The man in shirt number 5 is Crisant Ojwang. Strong legs from the former Nakuru man.
Of course, and also dishing out handoffs left and right. Definitely trying to prove a point to the Kenya Morans. This is his opportunity. This is the place. Pace of this game taking quite a bit of time to pick up. Hoping that the second half will have that electrifying pace that we experienced earlier on when the Morans took on Shujaa. Found the space in the middle. The offload, unfortunately, was not accurate enough.
Yeah, it just bounced off of Hannington Wabwire. But certainly, had he tucked that one in, I'm sure he would be gone at this point in time.
Absolutely. There it is one more time. You can see how he went.
Remember to make
it was just a little low.
Free Wi-Fi. Powered by Mesh++. Join the conversation online. Use the hashtag Safari7. Hashtag Mafans Edition.
The clock run down in this third place matchup. Morans 5, Red Wailers still at 0. Waiting to see what James Pavey has for them here with the offload. Goes on the blind side, has the speed. Is he going to step in and out? Manages to keep his wits about him. The awareness, absolutely fantastic. A great display.
That is Xavier Bett. Xavier Bett with the try there, and as Dan said, strong legs, determination, great vision from Xavier Bett. Let's just see that again.
In, out the weave, gets his legs free, sees Lugonzo coming across, gets away, sends 2 defenders the wrong direction. He's beat 3 men.
And he does get points that bring the two teams level, 5-all. Pavy's conversion sails wide. And that is it at halftime. Moran's 5, Red Wailers 5.
Tied at 5 apiece, the Red Wailers and the Kenya Moran.
That was brilliant from Xavier Bet. Strong legs as well. The easiest of tries. So the two teams go into the halftime break.
The second half about to kick off, ladies and gentlemen, kicking off the Red Wailers.
Austin Immense ready to kick off with this second half for the Red Wailers against the Kenya Morans. Current scores 5 apiece. Sends it high, it goes deep. The Morans retrieve, they're taken down inside their 22.
The Bowling Federation of Kenya led by Mr. Mumo.
Mutsami making a complete nuisance of himself at the breakdown. Typical of a back row, very well done. Lugonzo shifts it out wide. Morans on the attack. Do they have it? There we have Wabwire, the speedster for the Kenya Morans. Taken down. Referee calls the high tackle, is reaching for his yellow card. That's it. Heading to the sin bin for 2 minutes. That is the Red Wailers. We're going to be down to 6 men. Can the Kenya Morans make use of the extra space, the gap of the 1 man?
Certainly they have to, because they have been put on the back foot by this very determined Red Wailers side. This is Mohamed Omolo. Has petered off in this game. Hasn't really seen much of it. Hasn't really risen up to the Mohamed Omolo that we know and have seen over the past 2 days. The Morans do have the penalty advantage, and Omolo would probably be looking to conjure up something from his bag of tricks. He has come across as a very decent sevens player.
Indeed he has, having been privileged enough to watch a lot of his rugby from age grade up until now. He's definitely blossomed into the type of rugby player that Kenya would be proud to have wearing the jersey on an international stage.
Certainly, and as he plays his rugby with homeboys, we do look forward to, performances from him in the upcoming Kenya Cup season, and probably a return to the national team where he hasn't been since 2018 when he featured in that squad that was selected by Ian Snook and Murray Rolston. Crescent Ojwang has, as we speak, 20 seconds to go in the sin bin. Really hasn't been missed. This is Augustine Lugonzo. Wiley from Lugonzo keeps it alive, but he had a foot out in touch. Seeing flashes of brilliance from Aga, the man who was part of that Kenya Sevens squad that won the 2016 Singapore Sevens.
Indeed, it's been quite a while for him since he was also in a Kenya jersey. Doesn't seem to have lost much. Seems to be keeping it together.
I guess it's all about that saying that combines form and class.
Sends it high. A bit of a fumble there. But the Morans have it, trying to come back. Augustine Lugonzo, I was thinking that he would look out wide, rather onto the blind side where he was alone. but opts to use his teammates.
He's just bringing a lot more players into the fray. And there's Lugonzo spilling the ball on the try line. This has happened quite often during this tournament.
Seems like there it is again, just an unfortunate mishap. The ball just spilled up over his hand. Didn't have the grip on it that he intended. Beating himself up about it on the ground, but once he's up, already barking orders, he knows that they can't focus on the negative. He's got to keep things going and get over onto the other side. There in jersey number 15 for the Wailers, Leonard Mugaisi with that taped up hamstring. Wondering how he's coping with it. Of course, strained hamstring is something rather difficult to keep playing with. Of course, we do know that there is a reason as to why he is nicknamed the Lord Muga. Not necessarily a normal, everyday human being.
And what's the reason, Dan? I've always wondered why. Since you are keen on letting the cat out of the bag.
I believe for that kind of answer, one would need a personal interaction with Lord Muga to understand exactly why that name.
I think we can safely say he makes things happen.
Indeed he does. And that is exactly why, to put in that kind of hustle with a strained hamstring, the Red Wailers on the attack. Austin Immense breaks the line, shifts the defense, tries to find the space out wide. However, the Moran's defense is definitely on their heels, doing the right thing. 4-7s and defending in threes, much more efficient.
And this is Crescent Ojwang back from the sin bin.
Wiseman Aganya, big center, also very quick. Paul Mutsami going at it alone, looking for the support, however, not there. That ball gets spilled. Paul Mutsami really making it clear that he needs the support. He needs guys to come up and run off his shoulders exactly when he's there. You saw him kind of ease off the pace and look for them, but no one was in the right line to receive that ball so that he could get it away. Wiseman Aganya plays his rugby at Strathmore for the Leos. Not necessarily been used in the typical way that you would expect to use such a big center.
Well, whatever it is, his contribution still being felt on the field of play. We still have about 1 minute, 14 seconds to play in the half. This is the second half. Will this match be going into sudden death extra time? Or will we see a decisive score towards the end? Both teams have been fairly matched. And this is Richel Wangila just dancing past the Red Wailers defenders. He has a man in support, and again, for the umpteenth time in this game, handling errors that just curtail the momentum of the Morans. That was Ernest Obat just taking his eye off the ball for a minute. I'm sure he was thinking about the gap.
Definitely, he was either thinking about the gap or still watching as his teammate was dancing around defenders. Kind of slipped his mind to pay attention to that ball coming his direction. Current scores remain for this third place match. Kenya Morans 5 and the Red Wailers at a deadlock 5. Technical benches of both sides are both on their feet. I don't think either side would like to go into a sudden death situation.
Certainly not, and that is Austin Immense. But as he went down, an infringement was committed by the Red Wailers. They cede possession. This is Zeden Maro. He is boxed in, just slows the momentum down to look for space. And this is Ernest Obat. Can he make amends? He carries the ball a few more meters forward. Maro again, looking for his support runners. Carries the ball over the 22-meter line. Mohamed Omolo arriving. The ball is kept alive. Obat, he is quite busy. Derek Maya has been thrown onto the field of play for the Morans. This is Richel Wangila. Takes out his opponent. Goes to the floor. The ball is presented. Ronnie Omondi. Visionary Ronnie Omondi setting up Ernest Obat. And then that decisive score that we were talking about has finally been put on the board. Ernest Obat benefiting from the vision of Ronnie Omondi to take the score to 10-5.
Absolutely a hard-fought 5-point try. Obat continuing to put in the work, that work rate. And the conversion is good. The Morans are up at the stroke of full time. 12 points to Red Wailers 5. The continual play, the number of phases that kind of tired out the defense to open it up. That is exactly the kind of hard work that everyone needed.